keep pushing forward right up until that first test.
Basketball now, and New Caledonia Gladiators head coach Johnny Bunyan here hopes to get the men's team back to where it should be after being appointed on a permanent basis. The 33-year-old had returned to the club as interim boss in January, replacing Robbie Pears, and after missing out on last season's playoff, Bunyan has been setting out his plans for the East Kilbride-based team. I spoke to him this afternoon.
This club means so much to me from a family standpoint, from a personal standpoint. I've spent the vast majority of my adult life involved in this club in some way, so to be the head coach, it means a lot. I'm super honoured, I'm grateful, and I'm excited about trying to get us back to kind of like where I think we should be.
And where do you think that is exactly, Johnny? What are the next steps for the Gladiators?
I mean, when I was playing, we always had a target of top 4 in the league and trying to be competitive for silverware every year, whether that's a cup or a league or a playoff or something like that. So I feel like that's where we need to try and get to first. Hopefully for 2 or 3 seasons in a row, and then we'll see where we go from there.
You spoke about your affiliation and your history with this club. Can you just talk to me about when that first began and what those kind of early memories were like with the Gladiators?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it started, my brother played for the first iteration of this club when they played out of Edinburgh in about 1997 at Meadowbank, so going through to watch his games every week, still remember that really well, getting a chippy at like Meadowbank or wherever it was afterwards. And then they moved through to Glasgow to play in Braehead for a while. I started playing when they were at Kelvin Hall, and I was there for the move to Emirates Arena, and that kind of took me all the way through my career, and obviously now we're in PlaySport in East Kilbride, so it's just been the vast majority of my adult life, you know, in some way, shape or form involved, not only with this club but with Scottish basketball in general.
I'm sure it was such a proud moment to actually pull on the jersey for the first time. How does the responsibility change and how does the emotion change when you're head coach?
It's emotional, it's definitely emotional, you know, it's after those first couple of games I was like, you know, you used to feel bad maybe for yourself or if you hadn't played well, but you're kind of taking the emotions of 10, 11, 12 people on all at once, so it's very, very different, but to be honest, it also means that when you do get those wins and those highs are very, very high, so yeah, it's fun, and I'm looking forward to a kind of chance to create something that's my own from the start of this season, and hopefully we've got more highs than lows.
Where do you see the sport in Scotland right now compared to when you think about those early days, going to Meadowbank, getting a chippy?
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's the most exciting time for Scottish basketball. We've never had this kind of financial backing from Stephen Allison, our owners, which is super, it's just very exciting, and it's not unlike anything I've ever seen before in the sport. So I think we're in a great place to grow the game and try and make it as big as we possibly can in Scotland, be mentioned in the same breath as your football and your rugby and stuff like that. We've got a ways to go, but I definitely feel like that is a path that we can take if we get everything right.
Johnny Bunyan speaking to me there. And before I go as well, Amy, worth mentioning